everybody, and this is another segment on Van Gogh. This is Ron Dittmars talking to you from the Erasmus Academy Recording Studios in Brooklyn, New York. And this section that we have coming up is a very interesting one. It's a personal one about something that Van Gogh is communicating to his brother, asking about his health, that sort of thing. But the beginning of each of these segments, I've put up a colored picture, as you see on your screen. And some people might come back to review these segments just because the painting is so beautiful. But yeah, it's just miraculous what he does. It'd be fun to be able to do that get anywhere close to that. Anyway, so this is a nice picture. Again, it doesn't have anything to do with the theme of the text we're going to look at in a few seconds. Okay, so let's see. So this is the final section, and I'm going to be asking Julie if you could be my guest speaker today. I'll be asking you questions and asking you to identify some parts of speech and some questions about the structure of the sentence. And that way, everybody listening here can get a sense of how to deconstruct the sentence properly as far as what we do first, second, and third in looking at a more complicated sentence. Julie, are you ready? Great. Maybe there really is a Julie there who's listening. I hope so. Anyway, so I'll read first, and Julie will repeat after me, and please repeat with her. That is, I'll read first, and then I'll give a space, and then please repeat the sentences as you hear them. Okay, here we go. You all set? Going from here, and let me see if Julie, you can see my mark. Can you see that, Julie? Great. All right. Thank you. Julie is my imaginary partner, guest speaker here. Okay, bei Mauvre, der noch im Vergleich zu Jo Maris und noch mehr zu Millet oder Jules Dupré sehr maßvoll malt. Everybody? Good. Okay, when you have by, it's good to just translate the best rule is always just to translate that in the case of. So in the case of Mauvre, the painter, and then der is a relative pronoun that refers, its antecedent is this Mauvre, which is masculine singular. Who, and then where's the verb, Julie? Up to the next hyphen in this relative clause. Good. Malt, which means he or she paints. And so this is the subject who paints. And then this is sehr maßvoll. Sometimes you'll have adverbs appearing very close to the verb toward the end of the sentence that have to be included to make to find the full verb complex, so-called. So who paints very modestly. You could pick this up at this point. Who yet in comparison to J. Maris and even further to Millet or to Jules Dupré, who paints very modestly in comparison to these. So in the case of Mauvre, then stehen just means there stand, or really it's a weak verb meaning there are, we could say. So there are, so in Mauvre or in his apartment or his studio, there are in the studio Zigarettenkisten, and divide this word this way. Kisten means tins or cans of cigars or cigar boxes with the Überbleibseln. Bleiben means to remain. Überbleiben means to remain over, or that is what is left over. Seln is just a way to generalize this. So in Mauvre, there are in the atelier boxes of cigar boxes with the remains of tubes, i.e. tubes of color. And then going on, reading together. Ebenso zahlreich wie die leeren Flaschen in den Ecken eines Zimmers. Just go up to this point. So Julie, sorry, read that aloud, everybody, together first. Good. And let's see, how would you translate that, Julie? So equally as numerous, in other words, these tubes of paint, equally as numerous, zahlreich. This really means reich, it means rich in number. So we say numerous, as the empty bottles. And here In den Ecken, what case is this, Julie? That's right. This is dative plural. You have an N always at the nouns in the dative plural. In the corners, just as the empty bottles, in the corners, and what case is this? Genitive, indicated with parentheses. In the corners of a room, after, nach can be, in this case is temporal, after a soirée, and this soirée is construed as it's a French word obviously, but construed as feminine, after a soirée, an evening, as, this is zum Beispiel, as for example, Zola describes. Now what is a Z? This is a direct object. What does it refer back to? What is its antecedent? Julie? That's right, it goes back to soirée. It's a feminine noun, as for example, Zola or Emile Zola describes it, or them, you could say. This is actually singular, of a soirée, singular, as Emile Zola describes it. Good. Going on, let's read together. Du fragst nach meiner Gesundheit, everybody. Okay, so Julie, what is this? Right, second person singular. Simply you ask about my health. Going on. Wie steht es mit der deinen? Everybody? Then let's go on. Ich sollte meinen, dass mein Heilmittel auch dir helfen müsste. Up to there. Everybody read that? Good. So Julie, after this one, where's the verb? Steht. So how does it stand, or how does it go with der deine, with your understood health? I should mean, or I should say, this is the verb complex here. Then das introduces what sort of a clause, Julie? Right, a relative clause or a subordinate clause. That, with the verb at the end, would have to help, or could help, müsste help. This is actually subjunctive here. That my remedy, and why is this dear, the dative form here, that must help? This is the verb complex. That my remedy should or is supposed to help. Why is this dear? That's right, because helfen always takes a dative object, never a direct object, never accusative, only the dative. That's why it's dear. We designate that or indicate it with a carets on either side. That my remedy also would have to help you, and then he's going to say what his remedy is. Let's read this. Draußen sein, malen. Everybody? To be outside and to paint. That's his remedy. That's his remedy. Going on. Mir geht es gut. Everybody? Jede Ermüdung macht mir Beschwerden. Everybody? So here you have the idiom. It literally, it goes well to me, or I'm doing well. Es geht mir gut. It is going well to me. And every Ermüdung, müde means tired, or every fatigue or every weariness. Where's the verb? Macht. It makes. And then this Beschwerden is direct object, and that just means a burden. It makes a burden literally to me. So every fatigue or every time that I'm tired is a burden to me, makes a burden to me. Doch is going on. Doch wird es eher besser als schlechter. Everybody? And Julie, where's the verb? Let me erase some of this earlier stuff so we can see it more clearly. Right here. So here, now when wird stands by itself, what does it mean, Julie? It always means to become. So, yet it is becoming, in other words, one's health is becoming rather better than worse. That is comparison. Going on. Ich glaube, es übt auch einen guten Einfluss. Everybody? Okay, so I believe it, just impersonal. And where's the verb? Übt, from üben, to exercise or to practice. I would say this exerts in this case. Indirect object is obviously guten Einfluss. And what gender is Einfluss, Julie? Perfect. You're getting everything right. So this is a masculine noun. That's why it's einen guten Einfluss. it exerts also a good influence that and let's read on from there, dass ich so mäßig wie möglich lebe, everybody? And then going on, aber in erster Reihe bildet das Malen mein Heilmittel. Okay, perfect. So it also exerts a good influence that, and where's the verb? Verb is lebe, from leben, that I live, and then that I live so modestly as possible, wie möglich. And then verb here, the next one is, right, bildet, so it forms. And what is the subject there? So you're looking for a singular subject. Right, so das Malen, correct, is the subject. And remember, here's another infinitive made into a noun, which makes it a gerund. So the paint or painting, but in the first place, or most important, the Reihe is the row, but in the first row, literally, but most importantly, however, painting forms or shapes my remedy, or simply is my remedy. Okay, nice little couple of sentences and paragraphs to conclude with a sort of an interaction and a writing or thinking back and forth between Vincent van Gogh and his brother Theo. Thanks so much for joining us for this segment, and hope you had a good time. And take care and good luck. Bye bye.